if you're clicking on this video, you probably saw the title. I think the title is going to be Confessions of a 28-year-old entrepreneur living in Miami that makes $1 million a year. And what I want this video to be is exactly that. I want it to be the real, raw truth of what being a 28-year-old entrepreneur that's running a company that's going to make $1 million a year this year is, and it's not going to be what you think it is, so stay tuned. I'm making this video for two reasons. Reason number one, for you. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you want to be an entrepreneur, and the internet is confusing you and you feel stuck when in all reality you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That's how I feel right now. I'm probably exactly where I'm supposed to be, but I feel very, very stuck today, specifically last few days. And the second reason I'm making this video is for myself. Kind of use this as a therapy session and remind myself of how far I've come and how much more we have to go. And document, you know. In 5 years I'll look back on this video and I'll probably have everything that I'm dreaming of right now, and life will be okay, you know. But I want to share some truths with you guys. But for those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Alexis Valladares. I'm 28 years old. I've been in this game of entrepreneurship for like 15 years now. At 14 years old I started my first company. 14 years old, started my first company, started importing like iPhone accessories from Alibaba and just started slinging them and reselling them in school. And I'm not going to give you guys a whole story here, but basically I've tried over 12 different ventures before getting my real estate license. All those ventures were somewhat successful, ultimately ended up failing. In 2020 I got my real estate license. In 2021 I made my first 6 figures. I made a little bit over 220K that year. I made over $1 million in commissions in my first 3 years total as a real estate agent. In 2023 I started coaching real estate agents. Last year we did a little bit over $500,000 in sales as a real estate coach. And this year we are on pace to do $1 million in sales, which means that we've already done close to $600,000 in sales. We're in August right now, so we're probably just around 600K in sales. I'm really going to push for the million. I think we'll get there. But with all that being said, right, super successful to most people. And on paper, you know, for my age, pretty successful. I've sold over $100 million worth of real estate in less than 3 years. I never had fancy systems. Sorry, there's a plane going by. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I never had fancy systems as a realtor. I never had super dialed in automations. I just really figured out how to cold call, how to communicate, how to present, how to negotiate. I closed so many deals from strangers that became friends and lifelong clients. And now my full focus is on training agents. I have a very, very successful program where I have hundreds of students all around the country that I'm super proud of, that are absolutely crushing it, right? Even with all of that, right, I have one of my dream cars in the garage downstairs. I take care of my grandma every single month. I pay for all of her bills. I pay her a salary. I get to travel all the time. I make, you know, an average person's salary every single month, even on a bad month. Like this month, we are on pace for about $50,000 in sales, which is a bad month for us. All that being said, right, all that being said, I want to share with you guys the truth of this life. Today I woke up, I feel like shit. Social media makes us think that we're so far behind when we're probably really not. All of my dreams that I had in 2020 on paper have been fulfilled, but I feel like a child in this space. I feel like I'm not making any progress. That's just today, right? Like I'll get out of my head, I'll get back to it. I'm gonna go to the gym now and I'm gonna get to work. I'll film some more content. I'm making this YouTube video right now. I don't know what's gonna come out of it. I hope this rant helps somebody, you know? But like we're on social media and we're seeing all these guys like that are 20 years old, 21 years old, posting their supercars and like, you know, making $100,000 a month, and it feels so easy, but I want to be the entrepreneur that says how they really feel, right? The reality is that we're on pace to make $1 million this year. I got about 30,000 bucks in my bank account. I'm responsible for a dozen people, half a dozen people maybe, a lot more than that before. I had to fire more than half my team like a month and a half ago. My responsibility levels here. The internet probably thinks I'm a multimillionaire. I try to make sure to let them know, like, hey, look, I'm on the come up right now. I make great money. I live a great life. I'm not complaining, but this shit isn't what you think it is. The amount of stress, pressure, responsibility, the amount of days and nights that you'll feel like you're not making it when you're actually making progress because of today's society, the internet, all these fucking kids and entrepreneurs online make it seem like it's a piece of cake, and it makes most of us feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to come on here and tell you guys the truth, right? Like this month we're going to make 50, but I spent 50. I'm going to spend 50 too. You know, I'm going to spend 50 on payroll, on ads, on marketing, on content, on brand. I don't buy no fucking Gucci. I don't buy no designer. I do have 2 cars. Cool. That's like $4,000 a month, which I don't want to sound like an asshole, but in comparison, that's not a lot of money, right? It's not a lot of money in comparison to what I make. What I'm saying is I don't spend my money on bullshit. I go to nice dinners here and there. I live a good life. But even then, as I'm building this company, there's not a lot of money left over. Stop thinking that these people on the internet have it fucking made. We don't have millions of dollars liquid. I will have millions of dollars liquid because of the realizations that I'm making now at 28. I have to build, I have to save, I have to invest. And in order to make a lot of money, you have to spend a lot of money. Like I've spent probably close to 40 or 50K in the last 2 years on coaches and mentors to help me build this company this fast. That's a reminder right there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. That's a Lamborghini, that's a Huracan, I think. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I was in the bathroom taking a shower before I made this video, like in my thoughts. And I texted my COO, his name's James. And I said, James, do you think we'll make it, bro? I said, do you think we'll make it, bro? Like, this feels so far away. And I sent him a video of a guy, like, receiving his Lamborghini SVJ, which is my absolute dream car. Absolute dream car. It will happen one day. And I'm like, bro, it feels so far away today, bro. I feel like I'm making no progress. I feel like an imposter. Like, a week and a half ago, I spoke at a great event, spoke on stage, and one of the main messages was, like, it's you versus you. Like, you are the competitor. And no one's gonna stop you. You're gonna stop yourself. And today it's like one of those days where like nobody's stopping me. I'm the one stopping myself, you know. But there's gonna be days like that. There will always be days like that. Even when I have my Lamborghini SVJ and I have 15 million liquid and my parents are retired, like I will still feel like this sometimes, right? Because that's the reality of fucking life. So I'm just ranting. I don't know if this video is making sense. I don't know if it's helping. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for how far I've come. And I'm also proud of myself for getting in front of the camera and being honest with my audience. I think that's important. I might not be qualified to teach you how to make $10 million in a year, but if you're a realtor and you're watching this, I'm very, very qualified to teach you how to make multiple six figures in a year. I'm still learning myself how to be financially sound, how to make the right investments. I'm the kind of person that's like all in. And I want to build this company to $100 million a year company. I want to build a sales training company that's going to be $100 million a year company. And guess fucking what? To do that, you have to take risks. You have to sacrifice things. You have to go all in. And it might mean making $1 million in a year and spending $1 million in a year to then make $5 million and keep $2 million. If that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to fucking do. But I'm also making this video to show you guys the truth of this journey. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to get this message across. When people are making it seem like they fucking made it on Instagram, they haven't fucking made it. They might be well on their way, but I want to start a movement of entrepreneurs that get in front of the camera and like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm making $1 million this year, but guess what? To make that $1 million, I also had to spend $1 million in payroll, mistakes, mentorship, leadership, ads, brand, content. Like, bro, it takes money to make fucking money, and everything behind the scenes is not what you think it is on social media. So, you know, making this video, we're like 10 minutes in almost, and I feel better, but like there's just some days where, guys, I feel like everything that I want is so far away. And it's crazy to say that because let's go back real quick. In 2019, I was broke, depressed, suicidal. I had like $2,000 in my account, which was like my peak. I was always in negative, always going to the bank for, you know, to like put cash in, put 40 bucks in cash so I wasn't overdrawn. And in 2021, I had a conversation with a mentor of mine, which I still have a lot of respect for. He said, I can help you make $10,000 a month. And in 2021, I prayed to God and I said, if you can get me to $10,000 a month, my life is good forever. You know, I can have a decent car, I can go out to eat, I can have some fun with my friends, I can travel. And life's fucking crazy, man, because You know, if I don't make $100,000 in a month now, I call myself a loser, you know? And that's a lot, man. I can't believe I'm saying that, you know? But this month, it's like we made $50,000 as a company. I feel like a failure. I feel like a loser. So I guess this video is also a reminder to be grateful. I have air in my lungs. I have family that I care for. I have family that cares for me. I have friends that care about me. I have people that believe in my vision. I believe in my vision. I'm healthy, and I can get off this video when I'm done and go pursue that dream and that vision, and I think that's a win overall. So if you're healthy, if you have people that are healthy, if you have people that care about you, and you have a fucking dream, go out there and chase it and make it happen, because it's possible. But I'm here to tell you that along that journey, you will run into situations where you got to certain places and those places didn't feel like what you thought they'd feel like. And that's gonna be a big disappointment. It's gonna be a big reality check. Don't listen to everybody on the internet. Everything that you see on the internet isn't true. I'm very proud of anybody that's watching this video or that is posting these kinds of videos on the internet that actually have it. I love it. I'm proud of you. I wanna see you win. I'm not a hater. I used to be like in 2018, 2019, I was like, how do people have that? But like, I'd rather see a lot more entrepreneurs get on the camera and be like, yeah, I made 500 grand this month, but here's behind the scenes. Here's what it took to get there. There's a lot of people that are putting their entire brand on like cars and lifestyle, and like one day that might run out. I hope not, but I'm trying to build my brand on authenticity, transparency, and I'm gonna keep you guys posted on this journey and be honest about it. You know, just because I make $1 million a year, it doesn't mean I got it like that. I don't got it like that yet. And I'm gonna keep working until I got it like that. I will have it like that. I will have the boat, I will have the jet, I will have all the cars. Bro, like, for some of you guys watching, it's like, it's not even about the flex, about the car. It's like when I was 12, man, all I could ever dream about was like a Lamborghini SVJ. And sometimes like, yo, I'm 28 and I'm like, bro, is that day ever gonna come? And by the way, right, a Lamborghini SVJ is probably like anywhere from like, you know, depending on which one, like $15,000 to $20,000 a month. I could, quote unquote, afford that. I could go buy that car right now if I wanted to. I might not have the down payment, but I can save for 6 months with the money that I make and go buy that car. It just doesn't make sense. There's other priorities that come first, and I think some of these other influencers don't realize that either. And I hope my message is clear, but the reason why I'm saying all this is like, don't let it confuse you. Maybe you haven't even made your first 10,000 or 5,000 or 20,000 in a month. I'm here to tell you that I'm not the smartest person. I have taken the biggest risks. I have disappointed friends, family, past relationships to get to where I'm at today, to be able to make the income that I make today. So yeah, all that to say, like, you know, I believe in you if you're watching this video and you got a dream. I don't know if you guys can hear these planes, but it's a little loud. If you're an entrepreneur and you're watching this, or you're a realtor and you have a dream, follow that dream. Be honest to yourself and to everybody around you about where you're at in your journey. I think it'll make your personal brand that much stronger. Some people might watch this video and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he's sharing all that. I think there's strength and power in honesty. I think there's strength and power in transparency. And again, I'm making this video for you guys, but I'm also making this video for myself, because today's like a really tough like mental day for me, because it's like I feel like I'm worthy of so much more. But like there's two perspectives. It's like 22-year-old me is like, bro, why are you even feeling that way? Like, look at your life. You live in one of the nicest buildings in Miami. You're on a 37th floor with an ocean view. You have 2 of your dream cars in the garage. You take care of your grandma. You take care of your employees. You always pay everything on fucking time. You get to travel whenever you want. You live an amazing life. You've spoken on some amazing stages. You have some amazing friends. You're healthy. You're great at sports, and life's gonna continue. You know, that's like that one perspective. And then there's the other perspective of like, why aren't you there? You're not enough. You're not gonna make it. This isn't for you. You're an imposter. You know, there's like that angel and devil. Like there's that voice in my head that's always like, you got this, bro. Like, you know, the younger version of me, like, I'm so proud of you, bro, for keep going. You know, there's days where I thought I was gonna end it. There's days where I was younger and I was like, this life is not for me. I'm just gonna end it. You know. So there's like that younger voice in me that's like, yo, you're such an inspiration. You know, and I'm sure some of you guys think that too. And then there's like that devil voice where it's like, you're not enough. You're not good enough. You're not gonna make it. Stop trying. You're fake. You're faking it. You know, you say you make $1 million a year, which is going to be true this year, but you don't have that much money in the account. You're an imposter. You're a faker. And I'm sure we all deal with that voice. That's why I feel like this video is maybe so real, because it's the fucking truth. But some of these cats, you know, they don't want to post the truth, and that's fine, that's all good. But I wanted to come here and post the truth. This life is possible. This life is worth it. Looking back on this video when I'm like 33 years old and I'm like ripping my SVJ, hopefully with like my son or daughter in the front seat, like, you know, they're eating their fucking cereal or their Cheerios, and, you know, wearing a drop top SVJ because I didn't give up. So yeah, I don't know if this video helped. Whenever I make a video like this, it like makes me nervous, because, you know, it just makes me nervous because the internet's not honest, and like, what's gonna happen if you tell them the truth, you know? I don't even know if I communicated my message correctly, but I'm just being honest with you guys. Today's one of those days where I really don't feel like doing anything. I feel like just laying down and watching TV, which is what I did up until right before this video. But I'm still gonna get after it, you know? I'm gonna fight the thoughts, because I'm the only competitor. I'm my only competitor. I'm my only competition. I have a lot of people that are responsible for me that I have to deliver for, and I'm going to deliver for them. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to crush a workout. I'll probably plan and film some more content, get some more trainings done, and I hope this video helped.